What up, channel? It's FoRePLayy, and this is another commentary. This is actually a team scrim before Anaheim with my Anaheim team. This was Cinder, Hysteria, myself, and Burns, and we were playing a team called Fearless Under Fire. They went to the event. I believe they placed top 24. I'm not really sure. I'm going to go 24 and 18. I'm clearing out my old vaults, whatever, but this is my thought and opinion on Impact and Envyus roster decisions that they made and how I feel about them. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, Impact and Karma splitting ways, and then picking up John, and also Envyus and Stainville splitting ways, and then picking up Karma. And I kind of wanted to do this. I did the same thing on Optic's decision to let go of Rambo or whatever happened back then. And the reason I do videos like this is because I have a lot, like, I think about a lot, you know, and I have an opinion on a lot of stuff. And if people don't like it, then I'm sorry, but it's just how I feel. And I'm not always going to be right neither. That's not me sitting here like, oh, I'm right, and I hope people don't get mad. And even when I did the Optic Envyus decision thing, when Optic dropped Rambo, I did a video on that. And those dudes are all my friends, and I don't think they took any offense to it, even if they didn't watch it. But yeah, so my opinion on Impact, first and foremost, what the hell are you guys doing? I called it from the beginning. I don't know if you guys remember a while back, I put out a video called, what was it called? I don't remember what it was called, but I said Impact wouldn't last the whole year. And it's not because any of those players. Those guys are tanks. In fact, they were maybe a couple wins away from creating a dynasty with that roster. In my opinion, if they would have stuck together. The problem with today's day and age is we live in this age where you get sucked into the now, and the now was losing. Let me explain a little bit about Impact. It's Parasite, Killa, Karma at the time, and Miracles. Those dudes are all beasts in their own right. They all did what they had to do to win. And I was actually looking forward to seeing that team stick together and make me be wrong. Because not only do I like being wrong, but I like to see other dynasties being formed, such as Optic did in MW3, and even Envyus since COD 4 and Fear. I'm a big fan of the dynasty thing, you know? Like, even if the team falls off and isn't as good, I'm still a big fan, because that's like how you create a legacy, you know? Like, everyone games, but who can build a brand out of it? That's like a challenge, in my opinion. That's like a big challenge, and if you can do it, then you are setting yourself apart from everyone else. So Impact won Call of Duty Championship. They beat Envyus. Envyus got second. Impact wins an event. Impact wins 4 things in a row or some shit. They go on a 4-peat, and they break up because they have a bad event. A lot of times you don't know what happens behind the scenes, but I'm going to tell you something about losing an event or losing situations. Call of Duty is all about who shows up on that day. That's all it is. Anyone that thinks different, you're delusional. You can be good. You can be like legit really good, and you can win. But sometimes if you don't show up on that day, then you're not. You know, like you're nothing. There's nothing to be ashamed of, really. So I'm gonna talk about Impact first. My opinion, that team was so stacked because they listened to each other. They wanted to win, and they were hungry. But it felt like after they won a little bit, they weren't as hungry as they were. Now you could tell they're ready again. Like, all those players are motivated and ready. And I'm not calling any individual player out, because I think they all wanted to win. For me to sit here and say, oh, they didn't want to win, they weren't hungry for it as individuals, is false. I think as a team, they just weren't the same at the events, whether it was not getting as hyped as much or just in general. And also, people are going to catch up. There's this thing in Call of Duty, it's like this skill gap, right? And you have your top teams, you have your lower teams, and then you have your teams that are far, far away. And with those top teams, eventually people are going to catch up to that skill gap. Impact was so far ahead of the game. Even at COD Champs, when Impact played Envy, I thought those games were really close, but I thought Impact should have won by a little bit more than what they did, just because of how they were playing, and Envy had some players not playing that good. But okay, so now let's switch gears and let's go to the Envyus thing. Why is Stainville not on Envyus? In my opinion, I own the team, or I co-own the team. I'm a founder of the team, but I let them do their thing. They're all obviously my close friends, my boys. One of them is a roommate. And why, like, I just don't get it. A lot of people are saying, oh, Stainville's washed up. He's not playing good. He's not this and that. And I'm so sick of hearing that, man. Like, I'm so sick of hearing people say just because people have bad games or bad events that they're washed up. I even talked to Hastro about this, and it's funny. I love YouTube because I can express myself in all honesty and not really care. You know, like I don't give people like this is behind the scenes stuff. You know, but it's not like I'm dogging anybody or ragging on anybody. I told Hastro, I was like, that's a dumb move. I love Proofy, JCab, Rambo, and all them to death, but that's a dumb move just because of the fact that if you lose an event, I think they placed what, 9th, and then at Gfinity they placed something else. Like they're not a winning team, but at the same time, to me, like they won so much money together that it's not about the money anymore. To me, I would accept that challenge. Look who I'm teaming with right now. I'm teaming with kids that have never proved anything, but they're slowly becoming really good teammates of mine and really good friends because I love the challenge. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, but I'm saying I know how to win games. And eventually when I get this team around, if I do, then that was a challenge. And I can say, and it's funny because I'm doing this for myself. You think people are gonna look back and be like, oh, did you see what FoRePLayy did? He took Burns off in Hysteria and he placed top 3 at this event. That's crazy. No, people aren't gonna say that. They're gonna say, oh, that was awesome. Good job. They won't know what the struggle that you went through to get to something. And that's what I love. I love overcoming, and I love being in that struggle because once you're in that struggle, you make people really believe, you know, like I want to be an inspiration to someone. If there's one thing in my life that I want to do, that's inspire someone to be great or be a better version of themselves or just push themselves to new limits that they didn't think they could. And yeah, that's just being 100% honest. So I feel that Envy made a huge bad decision letting go of Stainville. It does make sense though. That doesn't mean it doesn't make sense because Karma's an SMG player. They needed another SMG player because they already had so many ARs. JCap, in my opinion, is top 3 player in the game with Proofy. I think those 2 players are beasts. I think Karma's up there in top 5. Karma could be better than one of them. I don't really know. All I know is JCap's a tank and Proofy's a tank. Obviously, Rambo's smart. I just feel that team breaking up, even though it is still half my team or co-own that team, I disagree with it because I love overcoming challenges. And it looked like they just wanted the easy way out, which I'm not knocking my boys because they're going to be a B squad. And if I'm not winning, I want Envyus to be winning. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. As far as Impact goes, I don't know why they would let Karma go so easy. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I don't really talk to Parasite Killa or Miracle like that. You know, we're just acquaintances. Well, we're friends, but just like more of like a Twitter base or at an event base. I don't really talk to them outside of that, like text or call. But I don't know why that team would break up, man. Their success is ridiculous. I mean, if they place top 2 and break up, then that shows you that they're hungry to win as individuals, just not as a team. I think that when you now let's switch gears. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Let's talk about how you come into this mix and your opinions on stuff. Leave the comment section below. Do you think, and I know this is gonna be hard to talk about because you only get certain space in YouTube, and you guys are probably gonna flood the comments on this one. But do you think that I'm gonna ask you this question? Do you think overcoming something and like Impact really they don't need to overcome anything because they win a lot. They're placing like 2nd. If a bad tournament for Impact is like placing 5th, you know what I mean? Just because of how dominant they were. But do you guys think overcoming something means more than the easy fix, or would you? And I'm asking honestly, you can admit this. Would you take the quick fix, win the championship, or not win the championship but get upgraded? You know, because that's the difference between, I guess, me. I've made mistakes and decisions in my career where you drop a player because you don't think they're good enough. In fact, one of my best friends, Danny or Fierce, he was on my channel doing commentaries. One of my best friends I had to drop back in the day. Actually, I made Sidrock drop him just because it was him that wanted him off the team. But he fell off in 2009. He just wasn't as good of a player. And then that's when we picked up Proofy and we never lost a game. So, I mean, it makes sense. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, and I've done it before in my life, but would you go through the struggle or would you have the quick fix? That's kind of what I want to know. Leave that comment below. And also, yeah, we're going to end that topic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was kind of just my thoughts on the situation. I'm more of a overcome struggle type of motivational guru dude, but the quick fix is always nice. But yeah, so a little updates is I'm going to do a giveaway video coming up probably next week. I got a couple Razer Sabertooth. I got one Razer Sabertooth I'm going to give away, a Razer headset, and some Gamma Labs G Fuel. The new watermelon flavor is coming out. So I really wanted to do a giveaway of it for someone. So how I'm going to do that is Twitter. I'm going to do the headset giveaway on Twitter. The watermelon flavor G Fuel I'm going to do on YouTube. So if you don't have a Twitter, go make one. Just because it's so much easier, because there's this thing called randomizer where you can like choose a random Twitter follower, and yeah, yet again another clutch return. What did I tell you? Get your clutch returns. Remember, CTF. That's really. I may not drop 40s, but you can't say I don't get some returns against anyone and everyone. I get some pretty big plays, but yeah. So giveaways. Talked about the topic. I'm pretty sure that's all I got to talk about. I mean, unless you guys got anything else you want to know. Oh, for the fitness people out there, hopefully I can get this Fitness Friday thing going. If not, just whatever, you know, bear with me. I'm actually focusing more on my fitness because I fell off. I was eating bad for like 2 or 3 weeks. And when I say bad, like I mean pizza, wings, whatever I wanted, man. Chick-fil-A has really good food, by the way. I just ate there recently for like the 2nd time just because I was never really a Chick-fil-A guy. And I just killed my teammate. Awesome. But either way, this has been FoRePLayy from Aware Fallacy, a little bit of Team Envyus and the FoRePLayy gang. You guys are seriously the best. Keep dominating your game. If you guys see me in league play, send me a message. Say what up. Peace. What up, FoRePLayy gang? I hope that you guys enjoyed that commentary. Those are just my opinions. Not trying to come at anybody or make anyone mad. Obviously, you guys know how I do. I'm very opinionated on certain topics and situations. My opinions are my own, not anyone that I represent. Video top left, video top right. Favorite, comment, like, subscribe. Get at me on Twitter if you want. Say what up. And until next time, take care.